gotta hand it to Wargaming. This is the nicest looking camouflage I have ever seen in World of Tanks Blitz, and it's up there for World of Tanks PC camos as well. It's for the Skoda T56, and it's called the Golem. It looks absolutely amazing. I think of it as a dragon. It's got horns on the top of it, fire coming out of it. Even the particles move when you drive the tank. It is amazing looking. So, in today's video, we're going to play in the Skoda T56. It is very rare for me to make 3 videos a day, but I want to make a video on this tank because it looks so incredibly good. Now, on my opinion of the Skoda and how the tank performs, if you should think about getting this tank in the future when it does come out, I would actually say, yeah, depending on the price tag, this is an incredibly solid tank. My first video, I obviously played the tank when I first got my hands on it, but now, after playing, 80 battles in the tank, 81 games, I'm sitting at a 90% win rate with 2,600 average damage. And honestly, I would rate this as probably the best tier 8 heavy tank currently in the game. Its upper plate is ridiculously thick, the turret is great, it's got 8 degrees of gun depression, it's spaced all over the turret as well, meaning that heat shells can't pen you, and the fact that it has 450 alpha just makes it hit like a truck. I really enjoy playing this vehicle, and I thought it was going to be really slow because it's got a terrible power to weight ratio, but with improved gear oil, you can actually get it to quite a substantial top speed. So here we are loading into a battle. We are on Molendyke. What do we have up against us? Object 84, T54 threat, a T92E1, an ISU 152, 49, and 2 Tiger 2s. All right, what do we have for tier 9? We got a 31 Air and a T54. Well, I'm hoping that they do a good job. We also got a T95. Please don't be stock. And no, he is not stock. In fact, he's got the same camouflage I run on my T95. Very, very sexy. Unfortunately, our Tiger 2 is stock. I'm not sure. A theory I have is that Wargaming puts stock players against stock players, so if I'm correct, either their Tiger 2 or one of their tier 9s is stock. But what I can say is just look at the camo. It looks so nice. It's animated. The magma actually moves on it. The side skirts are amazing. It's just fantastic job from Wargaming. Now, if you're wondering how to get your hands on the camouflage, you have to play 1 battle in the tank. You'll get an offer for 2,500 gold. If you get your hands on this vehicle within the next couple of months, it'll probably be an offer that you can get your hands on for the camouflage section. So in front of us, we got the Tiger 2, and there you go. Nice tap right into his hull for 430. You can see that heat penetration is very, very schmexy. Alright, well, let's reload. 4 more seconds. We will have another shell ready for the Tiger. Let's see if he wants to poke me. Hello, Tiger 2, and boop. There you go. Another tap into his vehicle. And yeah, I don't think he's enjoying my company all too much. My Tiger 2 is completely oblivious to what is on his side. And I'm being tunneled by this one, unfortunate for me, but good news is that we should be able to tap him right. Oh no, we weren't able to tap him in the upper plate. Well, that sucks. And oh boy, this team is falling apart, although we do have a T95 over here, which is great news for me. So what do I want to do? Well, the Tiger is most likely not going to be able to penetrate the other one, so I'm going to push up and hopefully get a finishing shell into the Tiger 2. So here we go. Let's aim it on his side, and nice tap. But again, bad news arrives because my Tiger 2 being stock has done, yeah, let's just say yeah. Alright, well, let me push over towards this Tiger 2. Looks like my team is doing a decent job cleaning up on the other side of the map, but I obviously still want to be a bit cautious, so there you go. Let's get a nice heat shell into the Tiger 2, and let's start pushing on up. Angle my hull, come on, bounce it. I will say the hull armor on this tank is absolutely fantastic. The upper plate is just stupid thick, and yeah, that's another great thing about the vehicle. Now, we learned our lesson last time. Shooting an AP shell on the hull may look like a pen, but it's not. So we're just going to load heat, make sure they penetrate, and just look how low down this thing is as well. So here we go again, reloading. Let's see if we can get another tap into the Tiger, and boop, there you go. Another nice tap for 488, and with that, we have taken a pretty decent chunk off of his vehicle, and we're out of heat shells. Good news is I don't really need to shoot heat, so, and there you go, look at that, the ISU even bouncing off of my tank. So this first battle, we did a pretty solid job, and we got to finish off the Tiger 2. Man, does that camo. This is going to be a tank that I'm going to play a lot. One thing about me that you guys should know is that I love the way tanks look. That is why I made my video on the Vat Chatillon the other day, and that is why sometimes I will only play tanks because of the way they look. Looks are really a big importance to me. And this looks amazing. Like, when I see this tank sitting in my garage, I will definitely pick it over other ones that I have the option of choosing. So that was a pretty good first battle, but let's see if we can do one more good battle. As you notice, the mobility does not feel bad, the penetration is fine, and the alpha is great. Even up against Tiger 2s, which are some of the strongest tanks on DPM, penetration. My upper plate served its job. Fun fact, the upper plate on this vehicle is 315 effective on flat ground. If you're using it fully hull down, even a 60 TP shooting heat shells cannot penetrate it, as it's over 400 thick. The turret, it's a bit weak. If you shoot at the cheeks, you can penetrate the turret. But because the spaced armor is there, if you hit anywhere on the spaced, especially with heat shells, you're not going to cut through it. So the Skoda really is a weird tank, but it's a great tank. So here we go again. This time it's a Tier 7 battle, which is just better for me. So we got an M41D and a Dracula for Tier 7s, both very strong. Hopefully my AMX 1375, Panther, and WZ 122 TM are going to be able to deal with them. While that is going on, for heavies, we have an AMX 5100 against us, KV4, and a T54 E2 Shark. Now, I am going to be going towards the medium side because my team has a lot more mobility than it would appear heavy tanks, especially with another stock vehicle on my team. I obviously don't want to push towards the mediums, or not the mediums, the heavies, misworded that. So I'm going to push over here. Let's see if we can maybe get a shot into that M41D and fire. Oh, mama! One thing I forgot to talk about, the HE Alpha on this tank is insane. Now, it's 640. I made a little bit of an error on my previous video talking about this tank, saying it was the highest HE Alpha, but obviously I should know better, as it is the WZ-111, the Tier 8 tank destroyer. Let's get a finishing shell into this vehicle. There you go. Make sure to clear him, although I could have fired an HE into that RU. Ooh, that makes me sag. Well, good news is there's plenty of damage left on the table, and we actually might still be able to get an HE out into the RU-251. Let's push on up, and come on, RU, please. Please let me shoot you with the HE. Oh, keep backing up, and, yes, yes. What? It didn't pen. Oh, that's so sag. All right, well, let's back up before we get shot by the AMX for a third shell, and let's push into position. We know where the KV4 is, and we should be able to get a pretty big slapper into his tank, so let's try that right now. Hello, KV4, and say goodbye to 563. A lot of people, especially in the comments, said that the 53 TP is a better version of this vehicle because it's free. And I definitely agree for the money aspect. Yeah, the 53 TP is a much better tank because it is free. But after playing this vehicle for a very extended amount of time, it's a 100% better tank than the 53 TP. The fact that it has the alpha and you don't need to use tungsten is amazing. I can't tell you how many times I've used tungsten shells, but just not really needed to use it. And then when I actually would have used it, you know, I don't have it active because I gotta wait for the extra long cooldown. When it comes to this alpha of 450, you don't really need to wait because you always have it at hand. It's honestly great. So here we go. We got the Shark, who I would love to be able to get an HE shell into. Doesn't look like we can, but that's fine with me. Oh, actually, oh, never mind. I thought we could penetrate the rear of his turret with HE, but it looks like you actually can't. That's something new. All right, well, good news is, again, we're just going to reload here. My VK might even be able to get a shell into his tank, but that's all fine with me. We're going to reload a shot, pen him right in the side. Another max roll for 563. And we should be able to finish off this Shark. Nothing too hard to do at all. Let us reload. While the DPM is not great on this vehicle, you can definitely see where it works very, very well. So here we go. Let's load in a heat shell. And that was my fault. I should have just paid a little bit more attention to that shot. But, nah, doesn't really matter too much. We still got 800 hit points left. We know where the Borsig is. And we got one beefy HE shell ready for him. Now, the Borsig was right here. So that would give me the idea that he is still here, which he is. Boom! 572. Oh my, the HE is so nice on this tank. Alright, well, I'm just gonna push on up and let's get a shell, finishing off the Borsig. Here we go. Speed and power. How you doing? Just thought I'd, ask about your day. Alright, I have to do it. I thought I'd give him a little bit of extra damage, but there you go. That is a victory, a 4,000 damage victory, showcasing just why I find this tank to be truly insane. There you go. I mean, what more is there to say about the Skoda? I do personally think that currently this is the best tier 8 in the game. I think that this is one of the most overpowered tier 8s if you know what to do. It's great at earning credits, and it's camouflage. I mean, just look at the camo. It looks so nice with the animations it's got going for it. I love it. Wargaming did a fantastic job. I normally don't get this ecstatic about tanks. Normally I'm anti-wargaming, but when they do a good job like this, it really makes me actually kind of happy that at least if I spend my money on something like this vehicle, they put a lot of effort into the camouflage, and the tank itself is a very, very solid vehicle. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and if you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. Bye-bye.